Hello everybody. I'm back. I don't know what always takes me so long to record these videos. My name is Sarah. Welcome back. Coming to you from Northeast Ohio, where it is gloriously beautiful this week. Like, fall is in full effect with the leaves changing and all of that, but like we have been like low to mid 70s, and I swear, like, I don't know the last time we've had such a beautiful fall. So I'm very grateful for it. It is Tuesday. No, it's not. It's Wednesday, October 23rd. And you guys, it is my last day of my 30s. I am turning 40 tomorrow, and I have a lot of feelings about it. None of which I'm going to discuss today. I guess I kind of am. I don't know. I don't care much about my birthdays. They're just like a day that naturally happen, unavoidable. And I've never been bothered by getting older or anything like that. And I'm definitely still not bothered by that. I really feel like the last year or so I've been coming into kind of like my own and who I am as a person, which has just been really nice and freeing, and setting boundaries and things like that. And everybody says that your 40s are like your best, and then I hear your 50s are your best. So I'm excited for the next decade. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just feeling a little nostalgic, thinking back over everything that has happened over the last few years. But anywho, elephant in the room. I don't know if anybody's noticed, but Mama got her hair chopped off, like legit chopped off. If you've been around for a little bit, it's like, or if you're new, I guess, it's normally like here-ish and super curly, but it is short, and look at all of these white hairs. Look at that. Oh man, that's crazy. I've been living with it for about a week and a half. I'm still not super sure about it. I mean, it is what it is at this point, but I don't know. I intentionally got it cut short. I had decided this year that I wanted to stop dyeing my hair. So the last time I did that was back in February, and it was just kind of to the point where, you know, I just had this like weird like line of like old color and then my natural, and I just decided to, you know, just embrace the gray, and I wanted a fresh start, meaning like I don't think I'm going to keep my hair this short. I would like to grow it out, but I just wanted like a healthy, I just wanted it cut. I don't know. I wanted it cut. I am very much like all or nothing when it comes to everything. And when I get an idea stuck in my head, like I don't quite feel settled until that idea like comes to life. So I took a picture, like an inspirational picture, to a new hairdresser, which made me nervous. But he came super highly recommended. Like several people that I work with go to him, and he just always does a phenomenal job, and they trust him. So I definitely trusted him as well. I took the picture inspiration, but then also kind of said, do your thing, like do what you feel called to do. And this is what happened. I mean, I still can't get over it. Like when I still look in the mirror, I'm still like in shock. Everybody around me though has been really polite and nice, and I've been receiving, you know, a lot of really nice comments. So that's been very helpful in kind of adjusting to this big, huge hairstyle change. Yes, so we'll see. You know, we'll just see what happens. We'll see how it grows out. I do miss my curls quite a bit though. I thought that when I got my hair cut shorter, it would still be like really curly, but it's not really. Super easy to do though. I just throw a little bit of air dry cream in it, and that's it. I will sometimes use a diffuser on it if it's really cold, like in the mornings, but I mean, the maintenance is, I don't know. I mean, the maintenance itself might even be worth it, really. I don't know. I'm just over here trying to live my life. My last day of my 30s. Sorry, coffee in here I discovered this morning that I don't know how to make coffee. Let me better explain this. We have a coffee maker. It's a single cup coffee maker. It's a Ninja. And it's totally fine. Obviously, it's great. My husband drinks like 4 ounces of coffee every morning, and I will have a cup before I go to work. But on my days off and on the weekends, I really like more than a cup. I drink, admittedly, an unhealthy amount of coffee throughout the day. So I missed having a pot of coffee. And there is this Ninja. I don't know why I like Ninja so much, but I do. There is this Ninja coffee maker called the Lux something, and it is my dream coffee maker. It does every single thing that I would want a coffee maker to do. It does single cups, it does pots, it does the lattes, it does cold brews. But the most important feature that I have not been able to find in any other coffee maker that's not like millions of dollars is that it also has a grinder built in. Like right now we have a separate grinder for our beans. And I just wanted something that was like all in one. And of course, thank you, Ninja, but it's quite pricey. So I have not been able to purchase it yet. And I just probably am not going to. It's really unrealistic. So instead of that, I just bought a Ninja coffee pot. And I'm saying it's for my birthday because I Amazoned it and it was overnighted. And here it is. So, what was my point to any of this? Oh, I don't know how to make, so I didn't remember how to make a pot of coffee, and I did not do good this morning. It was so weak, and terrible, and I couldn't drink it. So I went back to my single cup and had to make myself a little afternoon coffee to get through the rest of the day. So if anybody has any tricks on how to make their coffee, I do not like it very bold. I will admit to that, but it was grossly weak this morning. So obviously I just need to add a couple more scoops, but anyway. I guess we could probably just get into the knitting, huh? Okay. I have some good, what I consider good updates. Or no, that's not what I meant to say. Good progress on my whips. I do not have any finished objects this week. And I do have one thing I'm frogging, so let's start with that. This is in a super cute bag from, oh my gosh, Ginger Snap Fibers. And these are the 70 socks that I showed. I think I finished those the last episode. I was using the scraps to make socks for my cousin. She really likes handmade socks, and her foot size is much smaller than mine. So I generally can make, oh, and she likes shorty socks versus taller socks. So it really works out perfectly for me to be able to start using my scraps to make her socks. I'm really just tired of having all this yarn around, not in like a bad way, but like parts of yarn, I should say, or parts of skeins. So I was like, well, I'm just going to start stockpiling socks for her, too. Because I don't need all the socks. Like I can make socks for other people too. So anyway, so I was going to use the rest of my 70s stripes socks. It's a Patton's Croy sock, and it's called 70s stripes. Sorry, I said that 5,000 times. And these are just some of the colors in it. There's a lot more though. And I knew that I would have to supplement the heel and the toe with something else, and I'm just using the stroll fingering in navy, which is what I used for my set of socks. There we go. For my set of socks. So I was just going to kind of do the same for her. Well, I did not have anywhere near enough at all. And I mean, I knew that I would have to use the stroll for more than just the toe decreases. I just wasn't sure like how much more. And it's gross. I don't like it one bit. So I am frogging them, and I just saved them to show you. I don't know why nobody cares about frogged things, but, so these are all the colors of the 70s stripes. And then this is where I had to start picking up, and I thought that it would be fine, and I thought I could deal with it, but it's terrible to me. Not only is it, there's just such a difference in like thickness, because the Croy Patton socks, whatever, if you haven't worked with them, are much thicker than a typical sock yarn, I feel, and not in like a plump way, in like a thick like rusticy, scratchy kind of way. And the Knit Pick Stroll is like straight up fingering. So there's like, you're not going to be able to see it, but there's quite a difference between the two. And I don't like it, and that's okay. So I'm just going to frog it, and I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of the pattern sock yarn. It's really going to only be good enough for like a baby or a toddler size sock, and I don't have anybody in my life right now that's that size. So I will just throw it in my basket and save it, and that'll be that. So I then did start a pair of vanilla socks, which I'm using Knit Picks Felicini, I don't know how you say this, in the colorway Produce Aisle. And I am like, these colors are fantastic. I love, love, love how these are working up. And then for the toe and, for the heel and toe, I'm using Stroll fingering in the colorway Rainstorm Heather. I had bought a couple long time ago. I just bought a bunch of Stroll fingering to be able to use for contrasting cuff, heel, toe, or whatever kind of mix that I wanted. I'm sure I've said this before, but I am really a bit weird about my socks, and I really like, even though it's a contrasting heel and toe, I do really like them to be matching with the yarn. Like this pairing, I think you can see that there is like this dark blue that matches this really well. I'm just really weird about it, and I don't like using striped yarns for my heels because I do a heel flap and gusset, and I personally don't like the look of it. I don't mind so much about the toe, but anyway. So this is where I am at, and I am doing these on Magic Loop. Oops. I am super getting into using Magic Loop, not for 2 at a time, but for like 1 at a time. These look terrible. I can't hold these correctly. I guess I could have put them on a sock blocker. Anyway, this is them. It doesn't really matter. They're just vanilla socks. But I've really been liking using Magic Loop. I feel, for whatever reason, I feel like I knit a lot faster. The only other way I really do socks is on 9-inch circulars. And I don't know, I like the rhythm a lot more, I think, on Magic Loop. I don't know what it is about it. And then just 64 stitches. I don't have like a recipe in terms of how long I do the leg or the foot, which I really should be better about marking that down, especially the foot part, at least when I'm doing socks for me. But I just kind of go till I feel like they're tall enough. I know it's not really that great, but anyway, so these are my vanilla socks. I am really itching though to cast on a pair of patterned socks. So I think I'm going to get those started soon too. I generally like having a vanilla sock and a pattern sock on my needles, just for on the go purposes. That way I have options, because all my other projects right now are not really toteable or travelable right now. So I think I might do the maybe the Hibernal socks by Summerlee Knits, or there's a free pattern, the Mountain sock by Rachel Nutting. I'm debating between those two. So you'll probably see those next video. I don't even know what yarn I'm going to use or anything like that, but maybe some of my fall yarn. I guess that would make the most sense. But anywho, so those are my vanilla socks. And then I just have, okay. Do we all remember what is in this bag? It is my Nightmare whip. So last video I posed the conundrum as to what to do with my lightweight Raglan pullover, which is a free pattern by Purl Soho, because my gauge is so off with purling versus knitting, and there are 2 huge short row sections on the bottom. It's a bottom up knit. On the front and the back both have little like swoopy short row sections. And I was knitting, and I knew from a recent project over the summer. I had finally realized that my gauge was so off between knitting and purling. And when I restarted this Raglan pullover, I don't know why I didn't take that into consideration when I was doing all the short rows. So I was like a lot of inches into the body in just stockinette in the round when I stopped and like looked at it, and I was like, gross. So I kind of talked about it last video, and then I knew I was going to rip back. So I ripped it out, and I luckily was able to get it to, I ripped out to, there's literally like nothing to show you, but I ripped out to the corded stitching because I did not want to have to redo that. So this is like 8 rows in, and then I have 2 different needles on here to get gauge. I literally actually don't even know, like, I don't even know where I'm at. Oh, this isn't good. I don't even know where I'm at because I've just been so frustrated with this. So I am using the recommended 3.5 millimeter, which is a US 4 for my knit side, but then my purling side, I had to go down to, God, I cannot stand these Addy cables. Like, how is anybody supposed to see these? I had to go down way far is all I remember. Like, this might even be my, this is crazy. Why can't I see this? Yeah, so this is my US 1, which is a 2.5 millimeter. I have like a big difference between my purls and my knits. I don't know if this is like a normal big difference, but I feel like it's very dramatic. Yes, so I'm using a US 1 2.5 millimeter for my purling, and then the US 4 3.5 millimeter for my knitting. So I don't know when I'm going to get back to this, because this has been a frustrating project since I started it in March. I've just had like error after error after error, all on my part, nothing with the pattern. The pattern is very easy to follow. And I've had to, I don't even know how many times I've restarted this now. I want to say 4 or 5. It might even be more than that. And this is something that I'm doing with my girlfriend on our knit nights, but I have had to cancel a knit night for the past several weeks anyway. Well, since like my last video, I hadn't, yeah, so I don't know what that is, like a month, and then I can't go for these next couple of weeks either. So I don't, like, I have to restart it, and it would make the most sense to get the short rows in the front and back done before my knit night, just so it's like less concentrating on the garment. Because we obviously like chit chat and watch like TV and stuff together, so it would be nice to get through those short rows. I just feel like it takes so long to get through both of those sections. And like now that I've done them multiple times, it's just like, it just feels like death warmed over to even think about having to like do this anymore. But I already have both sleeves done, so it doesn't make sense to like completely abort the project. So I'll get to it at some point. I don't know. It's so frustrating. But on the flip side, frustrating, I picked back up my Moby sweater, which I had put down just for a teeny tiny bit. And the last time you guys saw this, I had finished the body in the sense of I was just wanting to finish the skein that I was on so that I could pick up for the neckband and the sleeves. I wanted to get those done first so that I could get a proper like length. My husband's been trying it on for me for fit, but it's really funny because my husband's very tall and thin-ish, and who I'm making it for is definitely not as tall as my husband and a little more like stout. So it's definitely not any kind of like equal comparison, but I'm kind of hoping that my husband's height will make up for the gifty's stoutness. I have no idea if it's going to work out, but I have said before already, if for some reason the sizing is terribly off, I have no qualms about making this project again. Again, this is the Moby sweater, the men's version from PetiteKnit, and I'm doing it in the Lion brand respun 100% recycled yarn in the colorway Alpine. This is the yarn. It is a little more blue tinged than what's coming up on camera, but oh, she's looking so good. So here is, so I have the neckband. I have one sleeve completed and then one sleeve almost completed. I think I have maybe like 20 more rounds to do maybe on this sleeve. I'm just so proud of this, and this is not in any way to like toot my own horn or anything like that, but like I've never taken on such a textured garment before, or such a complicated garment in the sense of like all the things that you're doing with it. And I'm just floored at how amazing this is turning out. I will definitely be making another one of these. I really want one for myself in a nice like off-white, beige, not beige, like an off-white color. I would like love that for just a classic textured sweater. So someday I will get to that, but this is just, and there's like, I just love the cables down the sleeve. The only thing that I am not super happy with is I feel like my ribbing is really messy and not very neat at all. I did go down to the recommended needle size, but I think I'm going to redo this and go down more. And then it does call for an Italian bind off, which I did do. I have no idea if I did this right. I don't know if anybody can see this, if they can tell me if I did it right or not. I understand the concept. It's supposed to just look like it just continues over, but I don't know. I'm just not like, I don't know. I'm not happy with it. And I feel like I can like pull this a lot and like change the tightness of it. And I feel like that shouldn't be a thing that should be happening. So I have a feeling I didn't do this right, but what I'm going to do is use this cuff when I get to it to practice on going down probably even 1 or 2 more sizes than what she recommends and seeing if I like that look better. And then I might try the Italian bind off again, but I also might just do a regular bind off. I'm not sure about that part yet, but I definitely know I want to try going down more in size. And then once those get done, I do still have quite a bit of the body to do. I can't remember quite where this comes to on my husband, but I have a lot of the body to do. My goal was to have this done by the end of October, which is only like 8 days away. And I'm not certain that that'll be done. It has been my primary knitting, but I don't know. I mean, I have till Christmas, but I really wanted to get it done in October so I didn't have to worry about it anymore, because I don't have that many more things that I want to make for people for the holidays, but the things that I do want to make are going to be pretty time consuming. So I just didn't want to be rushed at all. I really wanted to have all of my stuff done by, honestly, like maybe the first week of December, so that I could just like enjoy the holiday season without the stress of gift knitting. Plus I do understand like gift knitting is not supposed to be stressful, but I am really, really, really excited about the things that I do have planned. So anyway, so this is my Moby sweater. And then I am making the extra large, and I am using the recommended needles. Am I? I guess I don't know. I don't remember, but I'm using a US 6, which is a 4mm. So that's that. And then this little guy did get put away for a bit, for just a very small bit, because I cast on something that I became so obsessed with. So it is my last whip, right? Yeah, it's my last whip. This is the Hillside cardigan by Ashley Lillis. This is a free pattern, which is of course amazing. It is in a super bulky yarn, so it is working up incredibly fast, which also reminds me that pig needles are just so hard on my hands. So for as many breaks as I had to take with this, I am excited that it is worked up so quickly. I started this honestly like October, I don't know, like 11th or something, and it's the 23rd, and I have not touched this at all since last week, just because I had picked the Moby sweater back up. But anyway, without further ado, I am using, for this one, I am using the Lion brand Respun again, but it's in the Thick and Quick in the colorway Dark Cherry. This was the recommended yarn. This is what Ashley Lillis used in her sample. So that's nice. And this is where we're at. So I have the body almost done, but I do have both sleeves done. And it's just a Raglan construction. I really love this color so much. It is just the perfect fall color to me. Here, actually, let me put it on really quick. And it's so cozy and glorious. I did do the sleeves a little bit longer than pattern, only because I like them a little bit longer and I wanted to be able to like cuff them over if I wanted to. So let me see here. So this is where we're at. So I think that I want to go maybe just like 2 more inches before the ribbing. I don't necessarily want it to be cropped, or I want it between cropped and long. So what does that mean? I don't know. I don't know what that means. And then, yeah, so I just have a little bit more of the body, honestly. And then the button band. I haven't gotten buttons yet. I really think that I want to just do something that blends nicely. So I'd like to try to find some like dark red buttons, or if I can't, because I'm just going to go get them from my local yarn store, which is either Joann's or Michael's. I should say my local chain craft store. So I'd like to find ones that match this pretty closely. And if not, then maybe just some dark brown. Like I don't want anything too contrasting, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So this is like, this will be my first cardigan that I ever knit. So that's exciting. If you've never knit a cardigan, I totally recommend this pattern if you can work with super bulky weight yarn, excuse me, and big needles. It was super easy to follow. Ashley did an amazing job with the pattern instructions. Yeah, so first cardigan, first time doing a button band. So we'll see how that all goes. I really actually like, I so want to finish this because it's so close. But I feel like guilty not working on the Moby sweater. So I think once I get the sleeve done and the cuff like ribbing figured out, I think I'll feel better about picking up other bigger projects. So I'm hoping to get the second sleeve done this week, which should not be a problem because it's been working up pretty quickly. It's like the pattern really keeps you engaged. And then once I finish the sleeve, maybe I'll get back to this guy because I want it. I want it bad. For this, I am using, excuse me, I am using the recommended needle size, which is a US 13 or a 9mm. And then for my purling side, I'm using a US 11 8mm. So I did make sure that I did not forget about my gauge issue with my purl side, because I did not want to have any issues with this little beaut. So she is going lovely and she is so close to being done. Yeah. So that's all my whips. I did want to talk really quick about just a couple acquisitions, I guess people call them, right? So I have said before, and this won't be the last time I say it, I am just not a fan of mystery yarns or subscription things and stuff like that. And it's literally, it's a me thing. I don't like surprises, and I like to be able to pick my own yarn out. And yes, so like I have previously been subscribed to several different things. And then I found myself resubscribing to things. Like 3 by the Sea had their Hocus Pocus mystery yarn bundle, whatever you want to call it. And I love Hocus Pocus. So I'm like, well, I can't really go wrong with that because like, right. And then I got an email from Yarnables that they were accepting new people, which I've done Yarnables before. And I stopped that because again, the yarn is amazing. Like her yarn is so plump. Like it's like so nice. Like I've only ever experienced her fingering weight sock yarn, and it's just so nice. But I don't know why I got sucked into that again. So I have those two to show. This is the 3 by the Sea, the Hocus Pocus. And it's so fun. It's really fun. And then I did go all in and I got the needle stoppers too, which I really don't know why I did that, because I really don't use needle stoppers. But again, I have FOMO and that's what happens. And then this is the Yarnables, which this one's called Witch Please. And this is her plush sock in 85 merino, 15% nylon. So that's this. So now I opened these up on the same day. And then I was like, wait a minute. Right? I mean, sorry, the sun's coming in really crazy here. There we go. Right? I mean, I guess I don't know. I mean, these are both super witchy colors, right? So I shouldn't have expected them to be vastly different. And it's Halloween time, so like these colors are super on point. I'm not mad about it, but it just really made me laugh how similar they are. The one from 3 by the Sea definitely has a lot more orange in it. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them. No, I lied actually. I do know what I'm going to do. So I'm definitely not going to be using this contrast color with this yarn, because it's not quite matchy enough for me. I'm going to make a sock set with this. Maybe this should be my next sock cast on actually. I wouldn't do the hibernal socks in these, only because with cables and things, I really like to keep it more of a tonal sock set. But maybe I'll relook at the mountain socks, and maybe I'll use these for the mountain socks, or something lightly textured. I really try to just do vanilla socks when it's something this variegated, but I just, my hands are itching for something textured. So I'm going to do something with these. Not sure what yet, but I do think I'm actually going to wind these up, maybe even today, so that they're ready to go. I'm going to do that. And then this, okay, I'm really excited about this idea now. I think I'm going to do a, oh my gosh, what is that hat that everybody does? A Musselburgh hat by Ysolda Teak. I think I'm going to do that with this one. I think that this will be really nice. I have, for winter, I have a camel colored winter coat and a like army-ish green winter coat. So I think that this will match. At least my army green one. I think that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm just going to knit all of it. I'll knit it till it's no more. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm excited now. And then nobody will even notice, because this will be up here and this will be on my feet. Okay, I'm pumped about that idea. That's what I'm going to do with those. And then I did, oh, you know what? I did have another yarn that I wanted to show. Oh, shucks. Hold on. All right. Even though I just got done saying that I am not a fan of mystery yarns, I am a sucker for helping people. And my local yarn shop, Cornbread and Honey, they're so close to me and I love it so much. She is a local yarn dyer, and she had a post on Instagram that she really needed help for her son. And she didn't want to just ask for donations, but what she was going to do was dye up a special skein called Helping Hands, and then all the proceeds of that were going to go to help her son. So I was like, I'm in. And I was able to pick it up a couple weeks ago, and I love it. It very much reminds me of spring. But I love that it's not super color saturated. I actually really, really like that. Maybe these would be a good hibernal, even though they are colored. anyway, I'm super excited about this. One, to get a new skein of yarn from her because I really, really like her style of dyeing. And I don't buy a lot of hand-dyed yarn. Well, like, never mind. I don't even know why I was going to say that. I was going to say I don't buy a lot of hand-dyed yarn anymore in fingering weight, which 100% is not true because I just showed you 2 other ones. I'm trying not to, I guess. And I don't necessarily ever buy hand-dyed yarn in quantities for garments just because I'm worried about the color differences and things like that. So, well, actually, I'm kidding. I don't have the money to be buying sweater quantities of hand-dyed yarn. So let's just be real with myself here. But anyway, so I'm super excited about this. I love that it has this little bit of gray in it too. It's really, really good. And then I did just purchase recently, I don't know when it's going to be out, but the Lemonade Shop. She was asking for help for her dad. So she is putting out a colorway called Grumpy, and the proceeds for that are going to be going to help her dad because he's having a lot of medical issues right now. So I was happy to jump on board with that as well. I don't know when that's going to be coming, and I don't care, like, not in a mean way, but I don't need it for anything. So I'm excited to get that colorway. And then also super fun, my Advent stuff, which I kind of forgot about, is starting to get shipped. So I just got this week my homespun house. I purchased from her the whatever it was of like a pair of socks a week or something like that, or every Sunday a pair of socks. I don't remember how she worded it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It feels like maybe 4 pairs of socks are in here. I was too afraid to like see anything or disturb anything or lose anything. So it's like, it's still in the shipping bag, which it will stay in until Christmas time. And then I got notification from Hue Loco. I bought their full Advent calendar. I got notification from them that like the shipping labels are being created. It's like, that's super exciting. And then with that, I really want to make the anthology throw. Is that right? Anthology throw. I have had that pattern on my mind since Kay the Crazy Sock Lady did it, not last year, but the year before, or started it. I can't remember if she finished it, but it's specifically made to work your 24 skeins from Advent into it. So I was really excited about that. Plus, I haven't made a blanket, a full-size blanket, in a while, and I just thought it would be something nice and something like that I could personally cherish. So super excited about that. And then the other Advent I got was, from Freckled Whimsy. I ordered Whimsy. What did I just say? Freckled Whimsy. I ordered her Advent sock, which I want to say, God, I literally ordered these so long ago. I don't even remember. I feel like it's a stripe a day. Is it a 24 stripe sock? Stripe a day? I don't remember. All I do remember is everybody and their mother were knitting them last year, and I was so envious. And I love striped socks, and I've ordered her yarn before, so I super love it. So I'm just like, I'm in. She was, I think, honestly, like the first one that I even ordered, because I just like, that was what I needed to buy for sure. So I do have 3 Advents coming. Now that I say that and they're getting shipped, it is a little bit overwhelming, but that's also another reason why I really, really want to have all of my gifts and holiday things done by, at the very latest, like the first week of December. I really try to get all of my holiday shopping, like both handmade and all that kind of stuff, not handmade, all my shopping done by Thanksgiving at the very latest. I'm normally usually actually closer to being done by now, or at least closer to having ideas. I'm a little stuck on a couple people as to what to get them, but it will come to me. So anyway, so I want to get that all wrapped up so that I can focus on my Advents, because I really, really, really want just like December to just be like me being home and not stressed out and enjoying my family and all that good stuff. So, okay. I think that's enough yarny yarn talk. Let's talk about TV and books really quick. Because I am struggling with books. Okay, so TV, first of all, please tell me please tell me that you all have watched Nobody Wants This on Netflix with Kristen Bell and Adam Brody. Please, if you have not, you need to like promise me that you will. I am so vastly in love with this show. I watched it the first week it came out. I binged it over 2 nights, stayed up way too late. Way too late. I'm so obsessed with it. I tell everybody about it. It's just so funny. It's so funny, and the premise is so funny. And Kristen Bell and Adam Brody have like the most amazing chemistry. It's just, is it like, I guess it's considered a romantic comedy series, I guess. It is the best of that genre that I have watched in years. It's 10 episodes. They're about 30 minutes each. You can do it. It's amazing. Like, I legit love it so much and talk about it so much. I tell everybody about it. I've told all my coworkers about it, and more than half of them have already watched it and also feel the same way. I should be like a paid spokesperson for this show because I'm just so obsessed with it. I'm going to be watching it again for sure. They have already signed contracts for season 2, so I could not be more excited. I might make my husband watch it with me the second time around. No, never mind, actually. I'm not going to make him watch it with me because I don't really like watching TV with him. He makes a lot of comments and things, and it's just, I find it unenjoyable. So anyway, okay. So forget that idea, but I am definitely going to be watching it again. Please watch it. It's so good. It's so, so good. It's so good. Besides that, I finished Emily in Paris. I'm a sucker for romance. This is not new news. I love that show. I also watched The Perfect Couple with Nicole Kidman. That was interesting. I'm also really bad at guessing whodunit. So that show was like great. It had me guessing the whole time. I loved that. It was only one series. There is going to be no more. Watch that. Talked about that. The other show I watched is called Survival of the Thickest. That is also on Netflix. I loved it. It was really, really good. And they're already in production for season 2, so I'm super excited about that. It's like such a heartwarming, like, yeah, you get it, girl, like kind of show. Oh my God, it's so good. The main character, you're just rooting for her the whole season. It's good. It's just it's a good show. I like it a lot. I am keeping up on How to Die Alone. That is on Hulu. I'm to the point now where it's just like an episode comes out every week. So it's like back to old school TV where you have to wait a week to watch your show. Totally fine with it because I have enough other things going on. Show's really funny. I like that one a lot. And then embarrassingly, and I shouldn't say embarrassingly, I feel like I should be embarrassed that I'm watching this, but like there's 3 seasons, so like other people love it too. I just started watching Girls 5 Eva with Busy Phillips and Sarah Bareilles. It's funny. It's just like I don't know. It's just like a cheesy comedy. So it's really nice to have on while I'm knitting because I don't have to like fully pay attention to it while it's on. It's fun. It's a funny show. I like it a lot. It's just like an easy to listen to and easy to watch kind of show. So that's all of that stuff. Reading. I did finish We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I was listening to that when I say reading, just to clarify, I only listen to audiobooks. I don't read, like I don't actually read books. I solely listen to audiobooks. We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I finished that. And then I also recently finished Adelaide by Genevieve Wheeler. My thoughts on that book really go back and forth. But I think overall I did not like it. I don't think this is going to be giving anything away. The main character really annoyed me. Like, really annoyed me. Basically, the entire book is her in this, like, very obviously horrible relationship. And, like, you just want to, like, shake her and be like, girl, what are you doing? So it was really annoying. And I'm honestly surprised I finished it, but it was annoying. She was annoying. And I'm curious if, like, this writer, if that's, like, her writing style. So I would be willing to give like another one of her books like a try. But then I also was really frustrated with the ending, because one of my biggest pet peeves about books is, and please, I'm not like telling writers how to do their job, because I don't write. That's not a thing that I know how to do. But I can't stand when you spend all this time invested in this character and in this like literally crappy relationship, the entire book. And then it finally comes to like a turning point or a good part, and it's just like done like that. Like, it's just like, it's like you spend hours listening, and then in 2 seconds, there's this like great stuff that you wish, like, why don't we explore that part more? Like, I put up with this yuck. Give me the yum longer. Like, I want more of it. So I was really annoyed about that. So I don't know. I would maybe try this Genevieve Wheeler again at some point. But my book problem is I started 2 books that I actually did have to like not finish, and I didn't even get very far in them, but I couldn't listen to them anymore. So one of them was the Chain Gang All-Stars by, and I'm sorry, I will obviously put this on the screen, Nana Kwame Ajay Brenya. I was really excited to read it. It had been on my to read or to listen to whatever list for a really, really long time. It was recommended by like a really long time ago by a podcaster that I listened to. And I super respect like her opinions and read a lot of the books that she reads. But it was just like really violent and really gory and really detailed about both of those things. And that's just not like reading that I like to engage in. So I couldn't listen to that. And then the other one that I had to abort was the Pairing by Casey McQuestion. And that one, it's like, I feel like this makes me sound like such a prudy old lady, but it had just like a lot of very, very blunt swearing and like sexual things, which it's not like I don't mind reading about like sexual encounters or things like that, but just like the way it was written was just very like, I don't even know the right word for it. Like, blunt is like the only way I know how to like say it. It just wasn't like warm and romancy. It was like, I don't know. But it just wasn't, I have a line in what I like to read and what I don't. And both of those books crossed it. And like, why would I spend my time pushing through a book when I'm not enjoying it? So, yeah, so those like really got me bummed out, because those were like 2 right in a row. So I was like super bummed about that. But then luckily I did find a book from, some podcaster, I think Carson from Carsley Made, I think that's her like podcaster name. She had recommended in a couple episodes ago, like a book series. There's 4 books that, it's called Love Light Farms, and it's in like, that's my jam. Not that I don't like mysteries and all that kind of stuff too, because I do a lot. But if I could only pick like one thing ever to read ever again, like, it is like a Hallmark movie in a book, and that's what this is. And I loved it so much. I just finished it actually like this morning. And so this one is Love Light Farms. It's the first one of 4. I don't think that each book is about the same 2 main characters. I think like everybody's involved in the stories, but I think each one focuses on, I don't really know, I guess, but whatever. It was lovely, and it was very just like romantic and whimsical, and not like nauseously like that, you know, like you're like, get over it. But I liked it a lot. And then I'm currently listening to Pineapple Street by Jenny Jackson. That's been on my list also forever to read, and there's always like super long holds through the library app that I use. So that just popped up, so I just started that today. I think I'm only like a chapter or 2 in, so going good so far. No complaints. So that is everything. I think that's everything. I do really quickly just want to again apologize for my like length of absence. Not that anybody counts on it, and not that I really need to apologize, I guess, but I do always intend to do these every week. It just, to me, feels easier to stay on some kind of schedule, and even if I don't have a lot of progress in the things that I'm doing, it just is easier, I think. But I have failed at that very much over the past lot of months. Life just keeps honestly getting in the way. So I'm just going to keep trying to record regularly. I really just enjoy my time here with everybody and the community that is involved on YouTube with knitting and crafting and all of that. I also don't like taking such long breaks either, because it's really hard for me to get back into the groove of it. Like, I get really scared and nervous of what I don't know, but it just takes me, the longer I wait to record, the harder it is for me to gather my thoughts and all of that too. So I would like to try to stay more regular, and I do very much want to apologize, truly apologize. I have not, if there are any comments from my last video, I have not looked at them at all yet. I'm going to. I also, and I think this is maybe part of like my ADHD, but once I like put these videos out there, I get terrified of like checking like the stats or the comments and things. I just get so nervous that there's going to be negativity. And I don't know why, because there never once has been. Everybody's always so kind. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just, so it's not because I don't love whoever is leaving comments and things like that. It's because when I do eventually get to them, it like warms my heart so much, and just, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry if you've left a comment and I have not gotten to it. It's not because I don't want to. It's just a huge like fear wall thing. I don't know. Anyway, I'm babbling per usual. But anyway, thank you so much for being here, especially if you hung out this long, because ooh, this has been a long one. I hope to be back very, very soon. I very much hope that you are working on something that brings you joy, and I even more hope that you are doing well. Until next time.